here's what I want to ask you about. Like I said, I'm repeating it because I'm recording now. If you haven't suffered a setback that kind of crushed you a little bit or a lot of bit, it may be on its way. How do you make peace with your mind that it's time to let go, that it's okay to let go, that maybe you didn't fail just because it didn't work out?
What are you talking about? I'm over this.
No, but somebody who's watching this needs to.
I've been there, done it.
But somebody who's watching this might feel like, okay, you know, I had my open mic set up on Wednesdays for the past couple months, and now it's over. I failed, and that's not necessarily true.
That's not failure. I use myself as an example. I feel like I'm going through something right now that I could have prevented myself from going through. Like, I put myself back in a situation, and I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and I feel like, yeah, I did make a mistake. This is like a mistake that I made. But I was crying earlier, and I said, you know what? I feel like it's going to make me stronger. Sometimes we have to go through things, and we have to, like, just because that open mic didn't work out, God maybe wanted you to have that open mic to teach you to
what to do next.
What to do next, so next time you won't fail. It's hard to do, but you have to try to think positive, even when something is so negative. You still have to try to pull the positive out of that negativity. That's the only thing that's going to keep you above water. That and prayer. That's the only thing that's going to keep you above water.
But you know what? Sometimes you should let go of things because they're toxic, and you might not be able to see that they're toxic. So again, how do you prepare yourself, or how do you get yourself in the mindset to say, okay, you know what? I need to let go of this relationship. I need to let go of this job. I need to let go of this situation.
It's not the situation that you're letting go of. It's knowing what you are going to do, how you can stand it. If you're in a relationship, it's not about the other person doing something. It's what you can do. I can stand, oh, he cheated? Oh, it's okay, because I'm strong enough to work through this. It's not what he did.
Wrong answer. They cheat double.
It's how you can work through it.
Bail.
Because you can't control what that person did.
Well, that's true. That's true.
The only thing you can control is what you're going to do about it.
If something's toxic and you know that it's time to leave, I kind of feel what you're saying, because sometimes you need to prepare yourself mentally to get up and make that move. And I know myself, I said that I'm going to start praying more and asking God. Like, I don't know how religious everybody is. I'm not like, I believe in God, I believe in a lot, but I believe in prayer. I believe that prayer really, really, really works. And I believe that that's what keeps a lot of us on, you know what I mean, above water from going insane and committing suicide and stuff like that, having that connection with God. So I feel like if that's something that somebody wants to do, if you want to make that change, if you feel somebody is toxic, and maybe right now you're not strong enough to do it, then I think that you just need to go to God and ask Him, make me strong. Give me that mental strength that I need, that physical strength that I need to get up and remove myself from this situation.
But even with that situation, because I've been there, and it's like within the last 6 months, probably like 6 to 8 months, you know, but I increased my faith, and by me increasing my faith, I was able to not focus on the individual, focus on me, because I know my purpose, and I know that even though the individual was toxic for me, I know that I'm better than that situation. You know, that I need to get myself out that situation, because I mean, even physical things, it felt good, it was nice, it was exciting, you know, all that good stuff, but bottom line, it was toxic. And then it's amazing when you sit back and you still see the toxic, but you're not involved with it.
You know what's crazy? And I've done this. You know what's crazy? You're in a situation that is toxic, but you get comfortable.
Yes.
You do, because it's a good feeling.
Okay, Dave wanted to say something.
Yeah, but you have something. But there's something that's inside of you where you have a conscience and you have a heart. And even though it may feel good on the outside, and that thing may feel good for a couple seconds, because that's all it really is in God's time. It's a couple seconds. It is not that long what you're going through. But the thing about it is, you know in your heart and your mind that I ain't really supposed to be doing this.
Anyway.
I know that I'm better than this.
Yeah.
I know that this thing is bigger than me, and my strength can't really take me through it, because as long as I've been in it, you got to surpass the amount that you've been in terms of getting out of it. So what you have to do is basically start clearing out some things. Whether it be you going to the library for an hour and not even turn off your phone and just being gone. You know what I mean? And you do it a little bit at a time, and before you know it,
You work yourself out of
homeboy or whatever it is that was occupying your time, that's going to work itself out for its good. You won't work yourself out for good, and before you know it, it's just lifted off of you. But you got to make that first step to say, I'm going to do something. Just thinking that it's just going to happen like that, the same way you jumped into it and you walked into it and you fell into it and you liked it, it's the same way that you got to take that same reiteration and say, I don't like this, and this is why I'm going to back away from it. I'm going to do it one step at a time. You can't do it overnight. Some things is not because you just like it and you just like that person. It could be some daggone addictions that that person may have, and you got some little toxins going on with you, and y'all just magnets for each other. Sometimes it's like that. So you have to do some other stuff to work that out. Sometimes you got to do some stuff with yourself and just start pulling away little by little. Not all in one day. Sometimes you make a phone call and be like, I'm done, and the next day be right back on the phone, because you can't fix it in one day. You really can't. You just got to start doing it little pieces at a time. That's all.
Okay.
Pieces at a time.
Anything you want to add, Dash?
You know, ultimately you gotta know yourself. You know what I mean? If you know yourself and you're strong enough to pursue who you are mentally, you know who you are inside, right here. You know who you are. You see yourself. You can see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Sometimes we don't work towards that. If we work towards that, follow your dreams, as Tanj says. If you work towards your dreams, then everything falls into place after that.
Focus, man.
Michelle said it too. Prayer helps. Prayer helps. If you pray, God created you. So if God created you, God has a purpose for you. So if God's your God-given gift that's inside you, and you're pursuing that, and that's your passion, it's all you. It's yours.
And you have to pay attention to.
There you go.
If you pay attention, say, you know, I've experienced being in a job that I didn't like, but it was a steady paycheck. And just so many things, it was like I just couldn't get right. So many things, and everything that was falling apart or messing up was as a result of this job. I just had to stop and say, maybe I don't need to be here. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with people. When you realize that every time so-and-so come around, you got a flat tire, somebody busted your window out, you lost your driver's license or whatever, you start to take an account and evaluate people's energy that you keep around you. You know, and that's something that I know I've done it, I guess, in like the last 5 or 6 years, where I've kind of fallen away from some people. I still think they're nice people. I guess they you know, I don't think they mean me any harm necessarily, but whatever they got going on is not vibing with what I'm trying to do. So it's like I just had, and I noticed, you know, from being in a relationship, everything that was messed up that could have happened. The minute I let you go, things work themselves out. So that let me know I made a good choice in removing you from my life. And like you said, there were times when I did have to step away from situations, wean myself. But it was times when I had to just jump out the window. Because it was evident that whatever that situation was just not good for me. Bye. Change my